everybody? We are live with Boxing Fanatico live stream, episode 7. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I could actually be wrong. How's everybody doing out there? Hashim47, let's go, champ. What's up, brother? What's up? How's everybody doing? Now, I'm posing the question, but I want to have a conversation, right? I'm not just posing the question to pose a question and just say, hey, listen, I'm right, that's it. I'm posing a question, but I want to have the conversation. Are these the 4 kings, or are these not the 4 kings? Yes or no? Steve-O, 3112, what's going on, brother? We got people in here. What's up? What's up? What's up? Love your content, brother, by Raha War Kokomo. Love your content, brother. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. We in here because I want to have a conversation. Where we at? Hit the like if you're in here, guys. Hit the like. I want to have a conversation with you guys. I want to talk about, are these the 4 kings or are these not the 4 kings? Let me know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think. Yes or no? Are these the 4 kings? And let's take a quick look at what the 4 kings look like. Hold on. We got Fanatico, Boxing Video Game Wishlist. What's going on, Poe? How you been, man? How you been? All right, here we go. Let's pull this up real quick. Let's switch over here. Here we go. Are these guys the 4 kings? Yes or no? Are these guys the 4 kings? Yes or no? I want to know. I want to know what you guys think. Are they the 4 kings? We got Shakur Stevenson. We got Gervonta Tank Davis. We got Devin Haney. And we got Lomachenko. Now, one thing that I will say before I get into this conversation, I personally did not think that the 4 kings that we previously had, the recent ones, not the Sugar Ray Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, and Duran. No, the 4 kings that we previously had. We got a yes from Hashim. A yes from Hashim. Okay. The 4 kings that we previously had, I wouldn't have put it as a true 4 kings because there was too much untested waters there for them to make it Tank, Teofimo, Lomachenko, and Ryan Garcia. I wouldn't make that the 4 kings. I think now that we've come from the other side of the Tank and Ryan fight, and since then, Devin Haney has become undisputed. And since then, Shakur Stevenson was dominating the 130 division, beat Oscar Valdez, who was previously undefeated, beat Cal, who only lost to Valdez, who actually, people dispute that he lost to Valdez, so Shakur went and beat him. Shakur beat Jamel Herring and then moved up to 135 and obviously dominated at 135 in his first fight. I think that this is the fresh mint 4 kings. I think this is the fresh mint true 4 kings. And to have a true 4 kings, I think you needed to have these super fighters, right? Because the 4 kings from before, this has all the dynamics of the original 4 kings. It has all the dynamics. You got to have a superstar. Sugar Ray Leonard was a superstar, the one that was hanging. He was the one that was kind of like the pivot point for all of them, right? Because he was the superstar. You have to fight him so you could get more notoriety. He was the babyface superstar, whatever. We got that now. Now, because of the pay-per-view numbers, Tank is the superstar. So he is the center of the solar system in terms of these other 3 guys. And everyone else is now moving in that direction. But they could also be fighting each other. And there is a high possibility that a lot of these guys will fight each other. Because 3 of the 4 kings are under the same banner. Devin Haney, Lomachenko, Shakur are all under the same banner. And then Tank is a free agent, but he's the best to be a free agent because people will cross that bridge to have a fight with Tank because the money is there for the risk to be taken. I think this is the true Four Kings, and in that, I mean it in basically a 360-degree angle. They have the highest potential to fight each other. They have proven themselves in the ring.
Here's what I found.
I got Siri. Siri even saying that I'm right. I got proof. They've proven themselves in the ring, and then they have a superstar in the center of the solar system, which is Tank, that could pull the eyeballs for this to get the notoriety that it needs. And on top of all of that, because Tank is the only outsider, luckily he's the superstar outsider. So there's wiggle room to get him to go and cross the street with Top Rank to have fights with the winners of Devin Haney. And Shakur has already proven that he is willing and able to not just fight the winners, but he's also willing to fight the losers, as he did with Conseil Kyle when he lost to Oscar Valdez. After Shakur already beat Oscar Valdez, he went and beat Conseil Kyle to make sure that nobody has any doubt of who's the best at 130 before he moved up to 135. So let's go, man. Let's go. I think this is the true Four Kings. That's my argument. There's star power. The Sugar Ray Leonard of that time is Tank of this time. There's more than 50% of the Four Kings are in one banner, so high potential for fights to happen between them. And then they've been proven. Like, even I've seen somebody say, Adrian Drones, he said it should be three kings. Tank, Shakur, and Devin are the three kings. Loma overrated. Loma was the one that collected all the belts. Loma beat Gary Russell Jr. in his third fight. First of all, I feel like too many people are counting out Lomachenko in this Devin Haney fight. I truly believe that. Lomachenko bounces back really well. He lost his second fight. After he lost his second fight, like, people forget, he lost his second fight. A lot of people want to say, oh no, he lost it because, Orlando Salido was low blowing him. It doesn't matter. He lost. He lost. He didn't figure out a way. Salido was a little bit dirty. The ref wasn't giving him any handouts or helping him out, but he lost. He didn't adjust to that moment. He lost. But then he comes back, beats Gary Russell Jr., goes on a tear, becomes Lomachenko after that loss. I don't think that because he lost to Teofimo that's automatically going to just put the nail in the coffin for Lomachenko. I really, truly do not believe that. He's looked exceptional since his loss to Teofimo. He's looked exceptional since his loss to Teofimo. He's been destroying people. People that Teofimo had problems with, he's destroying. He's been exceptional after that loss with Teofimo, the same way he was exceptional and extraordinary after his loss with Orlando Salido. He don't care about losing. He lost already. He lost his second fight. He never avenged that loss. He lost that fight, never avenged it, and went and beat people like Guillermo Rigondeaux, undefeated Cuban sensation, double gold medal, just like him. Went and put on a performance to the point where Guillermo Rigondeaux quit. He quit. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Let's not sleep on Frank Martin. That's coming up fast. Yeah, Frank Martin as well. He's coming up. He's strong. He's good. I don't think he's a Four King though. There's a lot of elements that have to come into play for you to be a Four King. And I think Four Kings are the guys that we have. There's star power in there. There's a superstar in there. Because you also have to have star power, right? Sugar Ray Leonard was the superstar, but around him, they had star power. All those other guys had star power. Lomachenko got star power. Devin Haney got star power. Shakur got star power. And Tank is the superstar. I'm telling you, this is a recreation of the original Four Kings. This is a recreation of the original Four Kings. It's just a few things are mixed and matched. For example, Shakur is more like the Sugar Ray Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Tank is more like the haggler of the bunch, right? Hearns is kind of tough. There isn't really a Hearns. He's like a once in a generation type of fighter. But in terms of having reach and all that stuff, Devin Haney got that. In terms of punches and bunches and relentless pressure attack with like Roberto Duran, that's Lomachenko. I think we truly some of the stuffs are mix and matched in terms of who the stars and what they do, but I think that we have the pieces to make the new Four Kings. I think we brought that Four Kings conversation up, and now back when it was not really, when it was flimsy, when we was talking about Teofimo and Ryan Garcia in the list. I think now is the true. Four Kings. It's the true Four Kings. With boxing video game, you're right. You're absolutely right. But he's still someone to keep an eye on. No telling how much he may advance. Yes. Wait. Hold on. People like to trash boxers when they lose a fight. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why a lot of boxers don't want to lose. That's why a lot of boxers don't want to lose, because people trash them when they lose. Lomachenko, I think that after he saw what happened after his second loss and how he just kept going and went on the tear, I don't think he has any fear of losing. Lomachenko is probably the bravest fighter of all the people fighting right now. He, in terms of like, Shakur is super brave and Devin Haney is super brave. They're willing to fight people, but people aren't willing to fight them back. With Lomachenko, he's willing to fight people and people are willing to fight him back, and then he ends up winning, other than the Teofimo fight. But he's brave, man. This guy always fighting everybody. When he went to fight Guillermo Rigondeaux, that was dangerous. When he went to fight Nicholas Walters, that was dangerous, even though Nicholas Walters was on a big layoff. But it's still Nicholas Walters. He was undefeated. He was beating people up. I mean, I think he took out Nonito Donaire quick, right? So that's a dangerous thing for Lomachenko to take on. He took him on. Guillermo Rigondeaux, super dangerous, took him on. Teofimo Lopez, super dangerous. He shouldn't have taken him on, but he took him on and he lost. But he's a beast. And now he's fighting Devin Haney for undisputed. Nobody can say anything about Lomachenko. Those Ukrainian fighters want to fight everybody, bro. Same thing with Usyk. They just want to prove if they're the best. Project Jab saying Loma has his old man strength now. Loma has always been old. He started his pro career mad late. Because he was so obsessed with being an Olympic gold medalist, with his impeccable record of like 350 something wins with like one loss in the amateurs. 2 gold medals. He started late. So because he started late, he ends up having, like, he doesn't have the wear and tear that other boxers do. If you started young and then you're the age of Lomachenko, there's a difference. And some people are special. Floyd Mayweather was special. Floyd Mayweather was old. By every stretch of the imagination, he was old, but he was still in there hanging with the big guys, hanging with the young guns. Same thing with Bernard Hopkins. He was the oldest man to ever win a world title. Some people are special. We got 25 people in here. Guys, hit the like. Please hit the like so we can keep this channel going. Please hit the like. Hold on, let me see if I can switch over. We got these guys right here. I want to switch over to you guys real quick. Let me switch over to you guys so you guys can see. I'm reading, but you guys can't see it. He's punching above his weight, though. Ain't no way he's a natural lightweight. Yeah, I agree with that. But I want to know from you guys. Now that we got people in here, I want to know from you guys. Oh, okay, this 4 is solidified. There we go. Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. It's the most solid 4. Like, it's so solid, I can't imagine anybody else other than them 4 fighting each other where they could get beat by somebody else. Frank Martin is one of them that maybe could get in there and do some work, but I would still have these guys above him if they were to fight right now. So basically, in my opinion, these are the guys. These are the guys. Hashim saying gotta rate it. Okay, well let's see. All right, hold on. We gotta rate it. Okay. What's y'all? Yeah, I want y'all to put numbers up. I want y'all to put numbers up. How do you have this in terms of the list of who's the best versus who's the worst? How do you guys have it? How do you guys have it? We got game over. Okay, game over. Shakur number 1, 2 Haney, 3 Tank, 4 Loma. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hold on. Agreed about these new 4 kings. So is Ryan that 5th guy, a.k.a. Benitez of the 70s and Cotto of the 2000s? Yeah, it's possible. It's possible he could be that 5th guy. But I think after we had the fight, and Tank won, I think that set us straight to know who the real 4 kings are. And guys, don't give me none of that. Oh, but Shakur is unproven at 135, bro. If you could dominate at 130, you could dominate at 135. Give me a break. It's 5 more pounds. Skills pays the bills. He could dominate at 135 the same way he was dominating at 130. Let's not pretend that it's like, oh my God, he's in another planet now because he moved up 5 pounds. Same thing happened when he moved up from 127 from junior featherweight, and he moved up 126, and he moved up to 130. He was still dominating. He was still dominating, beating even harder fighters up there. So I don't want to hear that whole, he's not proven. All right, so hold up. Game over, guys. Shakur number 1, Haney number 2, Tank number 3, Loma number 4. Adrian Jones has Shakur, Tank, and Devin. Bro, you gotta throw Loma in there. So obviously Loma's number 4, right? That's what you're not saying because you're trying to make a statement that Loma don't count. But I get it. But he in there, man. He in there. Project Jab has Shakur, Tank, Loma, and Haney. So I'm guessing Project Jab is thinking that Loma might beat Haney come May 20th. I thought once Shakur officially moved up to 135 and Haney and Tank will move up to 140. But they haven't. Tank could move up to 140, but he naturally a 135. He a natural 135er. He can move up to 140, but he a natural 135er. 100%. I don't think I ever seen Shakur lose a round for real. That's kind of crazy. He held a good record of most consecutive rounds. Not that he didn't lose, but the most consecutive rounds in CompuBox where he was not outlanded at all. I think it was something like 62 rounds consecutive until the 3rd round against Oscar Valdez. That was the first round that his opponent outlanded him. And that was when Oscar Valdez outlanded him in that 3rd round. But other than that, he's outlanded all his opponents. So he had a crazy streak for every round, CompuBox. Crazy. Shakur, Tank, Loma, Haney. I like that boxing video game wish list. I like that poll. I like that list. I might have to put Haney and Loma at 1 and 2 at this moment. They achieved the most at this weight class. That's true in terms of if you're looking at their records and you're looking at what they've done at 135, that's a perfect argument to make. I'm doing the what do you actually think is who do you actually think is the best? Because somebody could be special, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could be the champion and then somebody beat the champion, right? And that means that under the surface, even though fighter A was the champion, fighter B who came and beat him was technically the better fighter. But we didn't know that yet. But we could predict who's the better fighter. And I think in terms of, I got you. I get what you're saying, Hashim. It makes sense. But I'm asking, who do you think is what's the rating? Who do you think is the best to worst in terms of that, the four kings? We have to consider his 300 plus amateur fights. That equates to a lot of gym wars, equating to ring wear over time. True, but it's only 3 rounds. It's only 3 rounds, so it's a lot different. 3 rounds versus 10 rounds, 12 rounds. It's a lot different to just do 3 rounds. And that's what he was doing. He was only doing 3-round fights. It's not that difficult, and there's less that you have to worry about when it comes to amateur fighting, as opposed to when it comes to professional fighting, especially when you do it at the highest level. Tank is the most complete, 95% KO percentage with IQ. So I got 1 Tank, 2 Shakur, 3 Loma, 4 Devin. But Devin will win, I believe. Oh, interesting take. So he thinks Loma is better than Devin, but he thinks Devin's going to win. That's interesting. Y'all sleeping on newly remotivated, rejuvenated Adrian the Problem Broner. AB going to get back to 135 and dominate. Is he going to be at 135? I don't think he's going to 135. You think he gonna fight at 135 when he come back? I think he'd be higher than that. Jumpman 23, what's going on, brother? Okay, Loma 4. Adrian Jones. Good job. Boxing video game whistlers. I copy pasted. I got Haney over Loma. Okay, cool. Oh, you got Haney over Loma. Oh, gotcha. All right, okay. Hashim, I got 1 Shakur, 2 Tank, 3 Haney, 4 Loma. All right, so let me take a look at this real quick. This is how I have it. Number 1, Shakur. Number 2, Tank. Number 3 is a tie between Lomachenko and Devin Haney. Cop out. Because I ain't letting y'all know what my prediction is going to be just yet. So right now we're going to leave it at a tie between Devin Haney and Lomachenko. But rest assured I got 1 and 2, Shakur and Tank. That's how I have my 1 and 2. Both of those guys, and I hope you guys aren't upset that I put them as a tie. But yeah, y'all not getting my prediction just yet, so I'm not putting out any energy out there for y'all to even guess what my prediction is gonna be. My man said catfished us. Hold on 1 second. Let me switch back over real quick. No. Nah, Shakur can't handle Tank's power, and he does get hit. Nah, he doesn't get hit, bro. Oscar Valdez was tagging Shakur. Nah. Everybody gets hit. It's boxing. You gonna get hit. But Shakur has historically gotten hit less than anybody ever in CompuBox history. So, I mean, that's a big, damn, for real? That's a big one, bro. That's a real big one. Of course he's going to get hit. Everyone gets hit. Of course. It's boxing. There's no way to completely not get hit at all, where it's 0 punches landed, 0 punches landed, 0 punches. People get hit. But Shakur gets hit less than anyone who has ever done it in terms of CompuBox data. And that's a big deal. That's a real big deal. Catfished us. Of course, I had to. Because I can't let y'all peek into what I'm going to say for the prediction. Y'all got to come to the prediction show. Y'all got to come to the live prediction. I got Shakur number 1, Tank number 2, and a tie between Devin Haney, Lomachenko number 3. And what's crazy is Shakur comes forward a lot and still manages not to get hit. Shakur only comes forward to create an entertaining fight to the best of his ability. He's going to come forward because he's so good with distance control anyways. He's going to be millimeters from you and he's not going to get hit. But at the same time, he's creating a good, fight for the fans. But if he wanted to, the man could also use his feet to get around the ring, and then it will be impossible to hit him. He probably would not get hit at all if he actually moved around the ring. He doesn't move around the ring simply to create entertainment. He has the ability to. But he doesn't do it. I've seen him do it in the Olympics and some not in the Olympics, in the amateurs in some of his fights. But it just, the level of competition for him is, even though it's actually high level competition like the Oscar Valdez and the Jamel Herrings of the world, he still makes it easy. It's too easy for him. Because this man has been doing championship level sparring since he was a kid. That's actually an innovative way of training a little kid. And people were like, they were down to help him. They were down to help him. Terrence Crawford was sparring him. Lomachenko was sparring him. People were down to help him. Prediction for Canelo versus Ryder. I have Canelo winning that fight. I got him winning that fight by knockout by the eighth round. And I'm hoping that after that fight, he calls out Benavidez, or they actually fight for the September fight schedule that he more than likely has. I have a feeling that that's what the route he's gonna go after this Tank Ryan success. He might go the route of actually trying to fight Benavidez. I think Canelo wins that fight whenever he wants to end it. Yeah, it's gonna be easy. I feel like the numbers are going to be detrimental. The pay-per-view numbers are going to be detrimental to Canelo. He's going to be behind. He's going to be behind because this Tank fight with Ryan was so explosive. It did so well. In the pirating era where experts were saying it's impossible to crack the 1 million in boxing anymore, Tank and Ryan cracked it. So Canelo's going to want to make a move to position himself as the face of boxing. And he knows that the only move that he could do to get that buzz going is fighting a Benavidez or a Charlo. But I think right now the energy and the flow and the buzz is a little bit behind, more behind Benavidez after Benavidez beat Plant, because there's a connection there. Plant fought Canelo beat him. Benavidez also beat him. So now we could get the Benavidez-Canelo fight, and it makes sense. Even logically, it makes sense. Historically, it makes sense in terms of him being Mexican versus Mexican. That's a big deal. Those things sell. He got millions of pay-per-view buys when he fought the likes of Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. when it was Mexico versus Mexico. So I think that Mexico versus Mexico has always been a big, awesome, amazing thing, right? Look at all of the Marco Antonio Barrera versus Eric Morales versus Juan Manuel Marquez whole fiasco, right? Those things always do good. The Mexican versus Mexican storyline. Those things always do good. And I think that Canelo versus Benavidez will be a great story behind it, considering that they both had a common opponent that they beat. If he wants to get close to those numbers that were done by Ryan and Tank, he got to go out there and fight a Benavidez come September. We got Tank, Haney, Loma, number 3, and Shakur, number 3. LL, not exactly number 4. Okay, that's fine. I definitely don't agree with that list, but like we could all have our opinions 100%. So I respect it. Part of the regular DAZN subscription here in the UK, so no pay-per-view for me, but yeah, numbers gonna be low. Wow, really? That's interesting. Pay-per-view in the UK is probably super affordable too, from what I heard. It's only in the US that it's astronomical numbers, like 85, 95 or 85, whatever. Like I heard in the UK it's like $25 or something like that. Even for the biggest fights, it's like $25. YouTube Boxing 6007. What's going on, brother? $25 for a pay-per-view is, yeah, I think the highest. I think 25 is the highest pay-per-view I've seen here. Wow. Amazing. Yeah, bro. And it'll be the biggest fights in the world. It'll be the Ryan versus Tank, $25. Ryan versus Tank be $25, bro. Meanwhile, we out here paying $85, $95 or whatever it was. What you think about the heavyweight fights? I feel like they keep switching who fighting who. I hope that they're gonna do that whole December insane tournament, one night of like whoever got a seat to this event, a ticket to this event, you're the most luckiest person in the history of boxing fight that they're talking about, where it's like Tyson Fury versus Usyk as the main fight, as the main card, and the co-main, Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua, and the winners of both of those fight each other. Whew. That would be crazy. It would be like, I don't know, it would be almost theatrical to see something like that. To be like, oh, who wins this fight? Okay, look, Wilder beat Anthony Joshua. Now, who's going to be his opponent? Well, let's see. Coming out, Tyson Fury versus Usyk, who's going to win this fight? That's some crazy joint right there. That's crazy. We got a $5.50 super chat by YouTube Boxing 6007. Thank you so much, brother. Keep up the great work. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Much appreciated. My only concern for Shakur would be stamina. After the Yoshino fight, Shakur said, after I got my second win, I knew I would get the KO. That fight only went 6 rounds. Yeah, but he don't get tired. He's talking about his second win in respects to like his urge or his adrenaline to go and try to get him out of there. It's not so much. He's done 12 rounds. Look at what he did with Oscar Valdez. He did a whole 12 rounds with Oscar Valdez and was celebrating for the last few seconds of the round, right at the end of it. He was chilling. He was completely chilling. And he had his energy high level the entire time. He don't get tired, bro. He don't get tired. I know that it's like people want to find a weakness for Shakur, but the scariest thing is that he probably has no weakness. Not in the traditional sense. He might have like a entertainment weakness where maybe he can't knock people out, but he could batter people. But he might not be able to he doesn't have the one punch KO power, right? But other than that, this man is insane. His distance control, his defense is insane. His shot selection is insane. It's all top tier. It's all elite. If you look at the CompuBox numbers, he's in like the top 3 of like all of these different stats in terms of fighters landing punches on him. He's like number 1 in terms of not letting them land punches on him. He's number 1 in terms of not letting people land jabs on him. Number 1 or 2 behind like Dimitri Bivol when it comes to punches landing on him. He's like number 4 in terms of landing punches on people. So he has the total package. While somebody, for example, like Dimitri Bivol will be number 1 in avoiding power shots, right? For example, he wouldn't be number 1. He's not even close to Shakur when it comes to landing shots. So or it might be in reverse. But either way, Shakur is top tier in almost all the statistics when it comes to boxing. Chris Sater, who you got? Haney versus Loma. I got Loma by split. I'm not giving my prediction just yet. I will put out a prediction video as we get closer to the fight. Or I'll go live and do my prediction like I did with Ryan Garcia versus Tank. 12 rounds and was running around the ring. Yeah, smiling. Correct. That's what I'm saying. He was chilling. I feel like Shakur will be the man to take Tank's O. Devin's jab will give Tank problems, but Tank will find a way, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that is possible. Tank beats Devin Haney, but I could easily see Devin Haney beating Tank by outboxing him. I think Tank has really good IQ, but what if you put that IQ up against somebody who also has really good IQ, like a Devin Haney? That's an interesting thing because Tank does get hit a lot. It's interesting to see where, you know what I mean? Like what would happen if he had to go up against somebody who's also really smart in there. I don't think he's gone up against people who were really smart. Like he's gone up against people who were somewhat smart, but I don't think he's gone up against people who were like elite level IQ, like a Shakur or a Devin Haney or even a Lomachenko. So that's going to be super interesting to see. Shakur is a new generation Floyd. It's possible he could be. I do think that him and Floyd are different. For example, Floyd's distance control was kind of garbage compared to how Shakur's is. And that might sound controversial, but it actually isn't. That's why Floyd would get caught up in a lot of like being caught on the ropes or a lot of footwork, a lot of moving around the ring to kind of disengage because he wasn't that, like, he was good, he was high level, he was elite, but he wasn't at where Shakur is, where Shakur could literally stand right there and just not get hit, right? He was able to slip and move and bend his upper body and all that stuff to keep punches from landing, but Shakur is so good where Shakur doesn't have to necessarily do that so much. He just moves his feet a little bit and kind of moves his head back and he'll avoid the punches. You don't see Shakur doing all this crazy upper body movement because he doesn't have to. So I think you're right in respects to he's gonna create crazy CompuBox numbers, and he might end up being the number one pound for pound fighter, and he might end up of these people that are fighting, he might be the one that ends up retiring without a loss. But I think at the same time they both approach the sport completely different, which I think is cool because there was a time where everybody wanted to fight like Floyd Mayweather, and it's actually refreshing to see that all these young guns, they're not really trying to fight like Floyd Mayweather. They're trying to fight like themselves. I think that's cool. Yo, what up, my fault? Just seeing you live right now. Bro, I go live every day, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys don't know, Boxing Fanatico, we go live 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Hit that like, by the way. If you in here, hit that like. Hit that like and hit that subscribe, please. Thank you very much. All right, let's see. Tommy Sensei, Devin doesn't have enough pop to keep Tank's respect. That's a thing. That's 100% a thing. He doesn't have enough pop. Tank might not respect it. Tank likes getting hit in the sense that he likes to wait for his move, and he doesn't mind getting hit here and there. And if you don't hit hard, he's especially not going to mind getting hit here and there as he's setting up this punch that's going to knock you out. Because that's what Tank likes to do. He likes to set up that punch that's going to take you out. And in the meantime, he gets hit. And if you don't hit hard, that might be a little easy kind of, to him, he'll be like, all right, I'll throw these rounds away because I'm going to knock you out. It's crazy how much confidence he has in his power. Like, he'll be losing fights and then still win because he's that confident in his power. Inoue versus Tank, I want to see it. Whoa. Inoue is not near Tank's weight at all. They not close. I think Shakur gets in and out cleaner than Floyd. Hot take. Hey, that's not a hot take, bro. That's real. Shakur gets in and out way better than Floyd. Floyd never mastered distance. Shakur mastered. At this age, at this very young age, He has mastered distance. And if you want to talk about, let's say, okay, let's even talk about Floyd Mayweather's amateur career versus Shakur's amateur career. Shakur had a better amateur career than Floyd Mayweather. Shakur had a better amateur career than Floyd Mayweather. Do you guys know that Shakur never lost in the international level until his silver medal win? Which, by the way, Floyd won the bronze medal at the Olympics, and Shakur won the silver medal at the Olympics. And Shakur won the Youth Olympic Games. He won the World Tournament in the amateurs. He's a beast. His amateur career is way more decorated than Floyd's amateur career. He did way better in his amateur career than Floyd did in his amateur career. And he's doing way better than Floyd stat-wise within the CompuBox numbers in the beginning of his career than Floyd did in the beginning of his career. Like, I get it. I know Floyd is established already. He did what he did. So it's easy to pick Floyd to, like, oh, Floyd automatically is better than Shakur because he already went through his life as a boxer. And Shakur, we don't know yet. But if we were to use history as a kind of a peek into the window of Shakur's future, he looks to have the brightest future of maybe any other boxer before him. And I'm not even talking about money-wise, because it might not come money-wise. He might not make Floyd Mayweather money, because that's lightning in a bottle type stuff. You could almost count on your hand alone people who were cracking 1 million pay-per-view buys in boxing history, right? You could almost count it. So that's super difficult. He might get there, maybe. Chances are no, but he might get close. It's still difficult. Floyd did unprecedented numbers. But in terms of the way he is in the ring and how elusive he is and how defensive he is and his IQ and how smart he is and his shot selection and how accurate he is, he might end up being the best, like, in terms of, like, hit and not get hit that we've ever seen when it's all said and done. When it's all said and done. YouTube Boxing 6007. Good observation. Floyd at 25 would love to be where Shakur is now. 100%. 100%. Don't get me wrong, though. Floyd was taking on people that were tough. He was fighting Angel Manfredi and Genaro Hernandez. But I think an Oscar Valdez is a better win than when Floyd beat Genaro Hernandez. Right? You know what I'm saying? So I think a Jamel Herring is a better win than when Floyd beat Angel Manfredi. So, you know, Concept Cow is a better win than any of those other people. I think the only maybe person that you could use for Floyd's early career to say this looked like a pretty decent fight was the Diego Corrales fight. The Diego Corrales fight. Oscar was like 30-0, LOL. Oscar was like 30-0. Oh, you talking about when Oscar was young? Yeah, but it's not even about the amount of wins. Anybody could just rack up wins, like go crazy. Go crazy. You can rack up wins. Go crazy. If you wanted to get into professional boxing right now, you could go 30-0. You could go 30-0. You could fight somebody who's 1-45, only won one fight, and he lost 45 fights, and you go 30-0. Start fighting people who's 12-38. You might make it. You might make it at 30-0. So it's not about the 30-0. It's about the CompuBox numbers and his opponents respective to that CompuBox stat that he's putting up. Oddly enough, the best plus minus in the history of the sport was actually done by Floyd Mayweather, believe it or not. The best plus minus was his fight with Juan Manuel Marquez. In the history of boxing, that is still the best plus minus. Now, I forget the number that it was, the plus number that it was. I think it was in the 30s. I think it was plus 36. But Floyd has the best plus minus ever in terms of one fight. But in terms of consistent plus minuses, Shakur Stevenson is doing better numbers than Floyd Mayweather did when Floyd was younger. Copy box number wise. So Shakur's doing his thing, and he was more decorated as an amateur than Floyd, which is not easy to do because making the Olympics is super tough. Making the Olympic trials, super tough. You got to do this. This is an international thing. Going into the Olympics, super tough. Medaling, incredibly difficult. How many U.S. fighters have medaled at the Olympics? Not many. I mean, we got Oscar De La Hoya. We got Sugar Ray Leonard. We got people like Muhammad Ali. We got Roy Jones Jr., we got Floyd Mayweather, Andre Ward, Deontay Wilder won the bronze medal, but Shakur won the silver medal. And before he won the silver medal, the highest medal that we got was 2004, Andre Ward winning gold. So since Andre Ward won gold in 2004, we did not medal higher than that or close to that until Shakur Stevenson won silver. Deontay Wilder won bronze, but Shakur Stevenson winning silver was the closest we've gotten to the 2004 Andre Ward gold medal performance. Not easy, especially for an American, because American fighters in the amateur, when they're doing international, they're going up against adults that have been doing this for a long time, because a lot of Cuban fighters be super old, or people like Lomachenko, they be old already. But American fighters go pro because that's where the whole money is at. When you're boxing, when you're learning to box, you want to go pro. So you're not going to stay in the amateurs. So sometimes it's one and done. Sometimes if you don't make the cut in the Olympics, you go pro and that's it. You get one try. So that's why it's so difficult for U.S. fighters to medal at the Olympics. It's very difficult. But luckily, since then, Keyshawn Davis has done it. Richard Torres has done it. So since then, we've gotten other people medal. So that's just showing that there's a lot of talent that's really, really good and young. Really, really good and young. Keyshawn Davis had a little bit of a different thing where he was already pro, but because of the loophole of what happened with the pandemic and it's shifting the whole the Olympics from the year that it was supposed to take place, that loophole allowed Keyshawn Davis to still go to the Olympics, which I thought was so cool to see. He's a pro fighter that was still allowed to go to the Olympics. I thought that was just an amazing thing and fun to watch. And he did his thing. And watch out for Richard Torres too, guys. Y'all should watch out for Richard Torres. Floyd landed 64%. Marquez landed 12%. Yeah, plus minus was through the roof on that fight, bro. Plus minus was through the roof on that fight. The Davis brothers won some silver in the Olympics, no? No. Keyshawn Davis won silver in the last Olympics. But Shakur was the first one to win it in the Rio Olympics. And since that was the highest medal that we've gotten since Andre Ward's 2004 gold medal. And then Keyshawn Davis and Richard Torres. And I think there was another person who won bronze, but Keyshawn Davis and Richard Torres both won silver at the Tokyo Olympics that just passed. Pros can fight in the Olympics. That was passed after 2016. But there's a loophole there. I don't know if it was a pandemic loophole, but there's definitely a loophole where you can't be a pro and have a certain amount of fights or something. I could be wrong, King Juice. By the way, thank you for showing up. But I could be wrong. You could be right. But I think that there's something there where you can't have a certain amount of fights, or something has to happen. Either an age thing, something has to happen for you to be able to be pro and fight in the Olympics. You could probably tell me what it is. You don't know the requirements, but yeah, okay. If you're saying that they passed that after 2016, you might be right, which is what allowed Keyshawn Davis to fight. But I'm wondering what the stipulation is. So if you guys could figure out what the stipulation is and let me know, that'd be perfect. Hugh the Dev, thank you so much, brother, for the $10 super chat. Can we shout out the women? Clarissa Shields versus Hannah Gabriel. is going to be really good rematch. Yes, that's going to be fire. Everybody smash that like button if you agree. LOL. Thank you, the Dev. Yo, if you agree with him, he's right. Smash the like button. Let us know if you agree. I'm going to look at the likes. I'm going to see if it goes up, and then I'm going to know, oh, yeah, you know what? There's a lot of people that agree with that statement. If y'all don't do that, then I'm going to be like, oh, there's just a lot of people that don't agree with that statement. But yeah, man, I mean, the women, they're killing out here. The Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor fight, that was like one of the greatest fights that I've ever seen. Like, it was that amazing. And they put on, and it was women at the highest, like, moments at the time. Ooh, excuse me. When it comes to the sport of boxing, and to just see that, just like the hype builds so much, and then the fight not only lived up to expectations, blew expectations out of the water, was just so amazing to see. Just so amazing to see. Can't believe Jake Paul played a role in Serrano versus Taylor being made. I'm telling you, man, people make fun of Jake Paul, but this man has been great for boxing. He's been amazing for boxing. I see the likes going up, by the way. It looks like people do agree. It looks like people do agree with you, the Dev. Thank you for that $10 super chat, by the way. We seeing the likes go up. Keep them likes going up to let us know if you guys agree with that. Adrian Dones. Bless you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know how. I just sneezed out of nowhere. Serrano had on the Citrus 11. Yeah, she always does that, bro. She doesn't put on actual boxing shoes. She be putting on Jordans and stuff. She loved doing that. She loves doing that. No fights this weekend. What are you talking about? There is King Juice. We got damn, that's how much there's no buzz behind it. We got Canelo fighting Ryder. Yo, this dude is so funny, man. This dude is so. I was waiting for that. I didn't want to, like, I knew he was going there with it, so I was kind of cagey with my response. I was trying to gauge him, but yeah, there we go. I knew it was coming. Like I said, no fights. Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand where you're coming from, but let's see what he does come September. That's gonna be fine. I'm still watching the fight, by the way, guys. I'm still going to watch it, and I'm sure King Juice might watch it. I'm not even sure. I thought I was sure, but I'm not sure anymore if he's gonna watch the fight or not. Let Canelo have his homecoming, man. I know that's crazy. Yes, I will. Okay, cool. He's gonna watch. He's gonna watch the non-fight fight. He's gonna watch the non-fight fight. Let's see. Speaking of Jake, how did you assess his performance against Tommy? I think he did decent. Tommy was way better than him, but I think he did decent. Dropping Tommy was really good on his part. But overall, I think Tommy was just a better fighter. I think Jake Paul is just not there yet. And he may not ever reach that level because he's a little bit too old already to learn all those things that have to kind of be burned into the back of your brain as a child for you to really get to that elite level. He might never make it there, right? He points at somebody like Deontay Wilder, but the reason Deontay Wilder made it as far as he did, even though he started boxing really old, is because he has otherworldly power, the eraser from another planet, an eraser that has probably never been seen in the sport since him or before him. You could argue that. We have not seen somebody with that much punching power ever. So his punching power is really the thing that made Deontay Wilder go as far as he did, right? Because Deontay Wilder clearly doesn't have the technical elements that would require you to be a good technical boxer. But he does have that one punch eraser that he'll hit you with. He'll hit you with that one punch eraser and take you out. Let me see what you said. Personally think he had the wrong game plan and could have done way better if he wasn't so predictable with his shots. It's because he was nervous because he was actually in there with somebody who, in comparison to him, could box. Because Tommy Fury go against anybody from the heavyweight division that's like a decent fighter, he's gonna lose, right? But in comparison to him, somebody in comparison to Jake Paul, he did as good as I thought he was going to do. I knew that Tommy Fury was more than likely going to beat Jake Paul, but this was Jake Paul's best chance to beat a pro boxer that's somewhat legitimate. I think this was Jake Paul's best chance to do that, but it showed that he's just not there. Tommy, like, if Tommy could do that to him, Jake is not anywhere close to being a real contender for anything like substantial. Man, Canelo still got it, bro. Yeah, Canelo still got it. Of course, he still got it. If he goes all twice with Ryder, though, if it goes all twice with Ryder, though, imagine. What do you mean? Oh, all 12. Okay. If it goes all 12 with Ryder, that would be hurtful, I think, to Canelo's brand. I think he needs to knock him out and then get a super fight going in September. Get a knockout, make it exciting, get a super fight in September with Benavidez. You heard it here first. Benavidez versus I'm just guessing. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Wilder got a gift from above. There you go. Jake did slip quite a few of his jabs too, but Tommy was way more experienced, had a superior jab. Yep, footwork, movement, shot selection, timing, and was overall just a better fighter. Yeah, he overall was just a better fighter. That's basically what it boiled down to. I think Wilder even has more power than Foreman. Yeah, I think Wilder has probably the most power we've ever seen. I think Wilder literally has the most power we've ever seen. I know people like to make the past fighters like put them on like this Mount Olympus kind of thing where they're almost untouchable, they're almost godlike or whatever. But I do think that history will show that Wilder was one of the most powerful punchers, if not the most powerful puncher ever, right? It is very possible because he's doing it in the heavyweight division, which that's the highest division. He doesn't even weigh that much, believe it or not. Other fighters he have fought have weighed way more than him, but he still takes them out of there. Tank versus Paul, 25 million box office, LOL. Yo, crazy. I mean, he did a crazy number, 700 and something thousand pay-per-views on that fight. So that's actually a crazy number. I'm glad Jake ain't get in there with Hasim Rahman. Yeah, I think he could have lost that fight too if he went in. I think he could have lost that fight. I think very possible he could have lost that fight, especially after seeing how he performed with Tommy Fury. I think he could have lost that fight. Him getting Tommy Fury was actually the best thing for him because he got that. He got his super fight. That was Jake Paul's super fight, and he got it. So I think there's no way he goes further up from here. I think the best fight where he could make something happen a little bit is Jake Paul versus KSI. Which is sad to say. I know it's sad for Jake Paul because he wanted to be YouTube boxer adjacent. He didn't really want to be considered a YouTube boxer. He wanted to be the guy that was so good at YouTube boxing that he's actually a real boxer and fights real competitors or real combat sports guys. So I think he wanted that narrative, but I think the only thing that makes financial sense is Jake Paul versus KSI. I think Jake Paul versus this guy he's about to fight, which he might not because this dude got arrested, Nate Diaz, I think that could go pretty good for him. Does it do the 700 something thousand that he did with Tommy Fury? Maybe not. I think Nate Diaz's personality will have a lot to do with the numbers that they pull, but I do think after that Nate Diaz fight, the only thing that makes sense is for him to fight KSI. I think that's the only thing that makes sense. Yep. Oh, hate it. LOL. Hate. What is he talking about? What is he talking about? Can't Juice? George may have more power in all his punches, but that right hand for Wilder is crazy. Yeah. All the other punches that George Foreman throws maybe all have this equal amount of like devastation. But the power that's in Deontay Wilder's right hand may not have been seen ever in the history of the sport. That's very possible. Wilder's power is freakish. Yes, 100%. Oh, we've hit 8 o'clock. Man, I get lost talking to you guys. We hit 8 o'clock. So today we got the stream. The stream ends at 8. But come back tomorrow because we'll be here. We're here Monday through Friday. Like I said, don't forget, guys. Don't forget, we're here Monday through Friday, but we're here Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time, every single day from the days that I just mentioned. 7 p.m. Eastern time, and we do 1 hour. We talk boxing. We talk about the next, what's the stuff going on and everything like that. Wait, I wonder where Salt Poppy fits in all of this in your mind, Fanatico. I think Salt Poppy's pretty good. I think Salt Poppy might be the best YouTube boxer. I think he's the best YouTube boxer of all the YouTube boxers. That I will say very confidently. If he was to fight KSI, I think he would beat KSI. That's just my opinion. What's your guess for Loma Haney pay-per-view buys? I'll say 500K. I think about 400K to 500K is a good guess for that. It's going to be pulled mainly by Lomachenko. But we'll see. I think it might work. I think it might do good numbers, and if it does good numbers, then it's more enticing for Tank to go and cross that street and fight those guys. Oh, Project Jab for the road, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Looking forward to your Haney versus Loma prediction tomorrow. Worth a try. Nah. We're not getting that tomorrow. But don't worry. I got to put it together, man. You know how I do my predictions. It's completely explained. It's not just like him. It's like it's a big, it's a little event. I don't just do it. I explain it, right? So that way, if my prediction's ever wrong, a la Ryan Garcia, at least you guys know where I came from, and it wasn't just pulled from thin air. All right, so thank you so much, guys. Salt Poppy is a beast. Yes, 100%. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Come right back here in the same spot tomorrow at 7 p.m. Till next time, peace out, guys. Thank you so much. Had a blast with you guys today.